Hi, friends. It is almost noon on a Sunday, and I have been for the past couple weeks. One of my new coworkers has been asking me, "Oh, what are you gonna do this weekend?" And I keep telling her, "Oh, I'm gonna go on a hike. I'm gonna go on a nature trail and everything like that." And the past couple weekends, I've had to come into work the following Tuesday because I have Mondays off and say, "Actually, I didn't go out hiking this weekend. I was a little couch potato." So I finally have the motivation to go on a nature trail today. I'm not going on like a major hike today. I actually had the representative who helped set up my internet when I first moved in. She had given me a handful of trail recommendations to check out, and a lot of them are really nice, but some of them are pretty far. Like one of them is all the way out at the coast, and definitely don't have the motivation to drive a couple hours out to then take a giant hike and then drive 2 hours back today. So we're going to one that's a little bit more local. I think it's about 20 minutes away, and it's I think a 3.5 mile loop around there. And I feel safe going there alone because it's just like a nature park. It's not necessarily like me just pulling off the side of the road and going into the forest alone. So yeah, I'm gonna check that out today, and I wanted to take you guys with me. But first, wanted to introduce the little vlog and say hi to Pip. She got really upset when I finally decided to get up off the couch this morning and say, okay, well, I finally have to get dressed. I need to get up and at 'em and finally do something. So I wanted to take you guys along with me. So let's see how today goes. The weather's pretty nice today. I think it's going to be in the mid 70s and kind of overcast. So I think it's going to be perfect weather to go out and about. So let's go. Guys, it is gorgeous out here today. Perfect day for a hike. And the leaves are just starting to change color. I'm just amazing. Whew. I found a little log to sit on. I'm taking a little break because I did the opposite way of the trail, and when I was going through the first half of the trail, it was downslope for most of the way. I was like, oh yeah, I must be like taking the easy route by doing it backwards. The brain forgets that when you go down, you have to come back up. So I am experiencing some sloped hiking that I have not experienced in Florida trails and Florida nature parks before. So taking a little siesta with my little log friend and enjoying the quiet of the trail. But it's been an absolutely gorgeous day today. Kind of overcast, still a little sunny, so I am still a little sweaty, but that's just me being a sweaty gal. I will sweat whenever there's any sort of exertion involved. But yeah, I'm gonna take a little break here, catch my breath, drink a little bit of water, and then continue on. So I'll see you when I pick back up. Hi friends, it is the next day. I absolutely was so glad that I went hiking yesterday. It was the perfect weather, albeit the second half of the trail, probably because I was hiking uphill. It was getting a little warm, and the second part of the trail was less foresty. It was kind of open field and everything like that, whereas I kind of got spoiled on the beginning part where it was downslope and it was very lush shaded forest. So the second half of it was a little bit more rough, but I still enjoyed it. My bum is feeling a little sore from it, but I feel really good, and I'm glad that I went out and did it, and did my first hike of Oregon. So I'm excited as it starts to get cooler and cooler to really get outside every weekend, to really be a part of the nature that was one of the big reasons why I wanted to move here. But yeah, I got home. Well, first I had to stop at the store to grab something really quick, and I didn't realize how aggressively dusty my shoes were from the hike because most of it was like kind of sandy gravel. And I was walking around the store and happened to glance down and saw that my shoes were just like gray. They're naturally a like kind of bluish, like sort of aqua color, and they definitely were very dusty. I still need to clean them. They're sitting by my entryway, and that will be a chore for another time. But I got home and was very hungry, shockingly, from the hike, and so I made myself some dumplings and enjoyed that, and just relaxed the rest of the evening. Took a nice shower and just played some video games and enjoyed the rest of the evening. But I wanted to just come on here really quick and just kind of wrap it up and let you guys know that the hike was gorgeous and that I definitely will be doing more hikes throughout the rest of the season. One of the most exciting parts was just being able to see some of the trees that were starting to change colors. It's like just starting to happen, and it's so exciting for me because I've never lived anywhere that actually has like a change of seasons. So it's really cool to like start to see that progression. I'm like, oh, so exciting. But yeah, I definitely want to do more hikes and enjoy the outdoors. And yeah, sorry, I'm like so distracted right now because every time I sit down to record anything, Pip, Miss Queen over here, starts screaming at me like she has to be next to me or in my lap, or she feels like my focus is in the wrong area. It should be on her. And so she's very distracting right now because she's being very needy, where she keeps rubbing against me and licking my hands and biting them, and all in a very loving way. But she's a sweet little noodle. Other than that, I am really proud of myself for getting out and doing it. I know just the getting used to my new schedule, I am glad that I gave myself grace because the learning a new job and a new schedule and interacting with new people, it just is a lot. Is a lot all very quickly. Again, I got the job and was like pretty much hired, and they were like, yep, you're going to start for the rest of the day. And so it was kind of a mental shock and very draining on me. So I'm glad to finally be getting to a point where I can get out and about and enjoy some activities, especially since it's starting to cool down. Today is a little less cool. Today I actually have to close the windows because I think it's getting up to 91 or 92, which is very different from yesterday where it was a high of like 77. So, but I think for the rest of the week it's supposed to cool down nicely, and I am so excited. I brewed myself my first like warm cup of tea the other day, and I haven't rewatched the footage, but I felt it after I recorded the intro to this video where I might have been talking too fast because I had just had a cup of tea, and I don't really intake a lot of caffeine in my day-to-day life, and so this specific tea is green tea, which like for the coffee drinkers, I'm sure you're like, wow, that's child's play. But for me, I'm very caffeine sensitive, so I had a cup of green tea just to kind of get myself going yesterday. And when I started talking, I feel like I was talking a mile a minute. And I got into the car to start driving to the nature park, and I could just feel like the jitteriness, and I realized I may have been a little aggressive on the talk in the intro. So I apologize if that's the case. Again, I haven't rewatched it back yet, but I just wanted to thank you guys for joining me on this little hiking adventure, and I hope you enjoyed the views as much as I did. I am just astounded by how gorgeous, even like, again, not saying even, obviously nature parks exist. They're protected for a reason because they're beautiful. But it's not like I was walking around like a national forest or anything like that. It was just a local nature park, and I was still just so shocked with how beautiful everything was. And so I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you can get outside. I hope it's starting to cool down for most of you guys to be able to get outside a little bit more. I know this summer has been excruciating, to say the least, and I hope you can start to feel the crisp breeze of autumn start to blow into your town, and that you can get outside and enjoy that crisp air as well. So once again, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.